Hey y'all, so today we're going to talk about the right products to choose for your regimen. I know this is what a lot of people have been wanting to know, and this is what I get the most questions about, product recommendations. And I don't think I've ever done like a full video on just like different products. I always kind of concentrate, you know, one video on like a specific product or a specific brand. But in this video, I'm gonna give y'all tons of different options because I know some people prefer natural products and other people prefer, well, they don't care if it's not natural. But before we jump into that, I wanna give y'all a little bit of information just to take with you when you're selecting your products. And here's a quick tip when it comes to shampooing your hair. Now, the shampoo can't do all of the work. You definitely must put in some effort with your fingers. Make sure you don't use your fingernails, but you actually use the tips of your fingers. Using your fingernails can actually scratch up your scalp and cause tears and sores, and we don't want that. Now, if you feel like your hair really doesn't get clean by using the tips of your fingers, you can actually invest in a scalp massager. I got this one from Vanity Planet, and it really feels so good. It feels like you're actually massaging your scalp. It vibrates and it just feels so good as you remove all the dirt, oil, and products off your scalp to make sure your pores are clean and free. It also increases circulation to the hair follicles. It promotes a healthier scalp and controls dandruff, which is a lot of our issues, so it's really great with that. If you're interested in getting one, make sure you go to the link in the description box. You can actually get 50% off. So let's get back to the products. So the reason why most of us fail to reach our hair goals is because our regimens lack the proper protein and moisture conditioning components. If you're just starting to build your regimen, it's really important to start off with a really moisture-based regimen, especially if you're repairing your hair from damage, color, heat, whatever. The reason for emphasizing moisture over protein is the fact that most of our hair is naturally moisture deficient, because we haven't been taking care of it. If you're a hair care beginner and you're trying to get your hair back on track, let's say from damage, or it's just really dry, it's really important that you hydrate and condition your hair 2 times a week. And I know some of y'all thinking crazy, but it's definitely important that you do this because it'll get your hair back on track. And you just do this for the first 4 to 6 weeks. You don't have to do this forever, not forever ever, but the first 4 to 6 weeks. And after you've established this baseline, you can reduce it to once per week, or some people even go once every 2 weeks. So when I say hydrate and condition, I mean hydrate as in washing, getting that water on your hair and conditioning it with moisturizer and sealing it. Okay, so hydration success, if you want to call it that, is found in the products we use. Shampoo detergents and shaft coating conditioner agents work against the hair's natural moisture balance, and therefore it makes your hair super dry. Cleansing the hair with moisturizing shampoo that doesn't contain sodium lauryl sulfate or ammonium lauryl sulfate is the first step towards successful frequent cleansing. Likewise, the hair should be deep conditioned with a quality conditioner that doesn't contain many oils. The worst ones are mineral oil and petroleum oil. Stay away. Stay far away. So you definitely have to get in the habit of turning that bottle around and looking at the ingredient list, like literally reading it when you're looking for a deep conditioner. And if it has that petroleum or mineral oil, you should just put that back. Silicone ingredients are okay just as long as they don't directly follow water. So when you look at the ingredient list, if it says water and then silicone, that's not what you want. But if it's water and then silicone is all the way down here, then it's cool. So let's talk a little bit about natural products versus commercial products. Some natural living enthusiasts argue that all commercially available products contain some kind of chemical compound that should be avoided. Now, some preliminary research has actually shown that some commercially available products contain ingredients that cause cancer, and that's why we see cancer more so in the Black community. And a lot of these ingredients can cause other health risks as well. Now, this might be a hard pill to swallow and like a big shift for many of us, and also maybe more expensive, but it shouldn't be dismissed for that reason. It's definitely something to consider. The research in these health risks mainly focused on like the hormones in the products as well as parabens. I know y'all heard parabens before, but they say a lot of this is linked to a lot of our health issues. Now, they say no firm link has been found, but from my research and just history, it's shown that they deny until there is so much evidence and so many people coming forward that they can't deny it anymore. Like Like, there has to be so much evidence to prove this that they won't stop because they make millions of dollars, and it's nothing to protect us really. So just a note, just for overall health, better living, definitely regulate chemicals in your food, in your products, things you use. It's a great documentary out. I'll put the link right here, and it explains the effects on chemicals, the reason why I have to stop using secret deodorant. It's the only thing that holds me, but it showed links to cancer. So you definitely have to consider all these things. And I bet a lot of y'all didn't know this, because the FDA doesn't regulate hair products, they consider it a cosmetic. There's no guarantee that what they put in the products is actually in there. No guarantee. Or what they put on the label is actually in the product, or an ingredient isn't in there, or is or isn't. Like, you just don't know. So you definitely have to be careful and keep this in mind. That's why it's just best to go the natural route. Usually the integrity is more so intact with natural brands and people behind these companies. So that's why I always try to go the natural route. Okay, so let's talk about shampoos. When you select a shampoo, just make sure it's the gentlest form for textured hair. Like I said before, natural and sulfate-free formulas are usually the best for natural hair. There are 2 types of shampoo recommended when washing your hair. One is a cleansing shampoo and the other is a clarifying shampoo. And you should cleanse your hair once per week is suggested, and you should clarify once per month. So let's get into the products. I know y'all are dying to hear about the products. Like, shut up, just tell me what I can use. So here are a few examples of some sulfate-free cleansing shampoos. You should use these once or twice a week. And here are some examples of some clarifying shampoos that should be used once per month. Conditioner products take up the bulk of the moisture and protein balancing in your hair care regimen. The moisturizing conditioner you use is really like the heart of your hair care regimen. Correcting the hair dryness with the proper conditioning is the key to getting over your hair issues. So I can't stress how important it is to condition your hair. Sometimes even if you're bad to your hair, deep conditioning can definitely help bring it back. So here's some suggestions for some awesome deep conditioners. And remember, you should deep condition at least once per week. That's definitely recommended. Okay, so let's talk about the protein conditioners. I love protein conditioners. I love Aubrey Organics. That's like one of my favorite, all-time favorites. It can really revive black hair. You should select one protein conditioner and use it every week to 2 weeks. A lot of people's hair can't take it, so if you ever use a protein conditioner and your hair felt weird afterwards, they didn't feel rejuvenated in any way or moisturized in any way, like I said, it shouldn't be a drastic difference per se, but it should feel better to some degree. So here's some suggestions for some light protein products. Here's some suggestions for some moderate protein conditioners. And if you have a lot of damage, like severe bleach damage, color damage, severe heat damage, you may need to try a heavy protein conditioner. Be careful, these are super intense. So that's why I say just work your way up from the light, moderate to heavy, because the light may do the job and you may just be overreacting because your hair is really breaking a lot and you're not used to it. So start off with a light protein conditioner if you're not sure. So you also need a moisturizer in your healthy hair care regimen. The best moisturizers are water-based and they don't contain heavy hair coating oils. Instead of that, they contain a mixture of water, humectants, and natural oils and butter. You should use this after your hair has been shampooed and conditioned, or every 1 to 3 days as needed for hydration. I like to moisturize my hair every day. That works for me because my hair is really dry, and you just have to weigh it out. I recommend that for most people because for most naturals that's what we need, but some people can go every 2 days or every 3 days. Okay, so here are some suggestions for some protein-based leave-ins and water-based moisture products. And you should use these as well after your hair has been shampooed and conditioned, or every 1 to 3 days as needed for protein support. Okay, so let's talk about the oils and the butters. These products should be used after you moisturize to seal in that moisture. These oils can be used for your pre-shampoo, for hot oil treatments. You can add it to your relaxer, and you can use it as a carrier oil for your essential oils. You can also use natural butters to seal in your hair after you moisturize. So let's take a look at some of those. Now, if you're not too concerned about natural products, here are some commercial oils and butters you can use to seal in your hair after you moisturize. Now let's talk about essential oils. Now, if you add a few drops of these oils to your shampoo, conditioner, or moisturizer, it can actually up its potency, and you can actually reap a lot of benefits for your scalp and your hair. And here are a list of some carrier oils. It's good to mix essential with carrier oils because it bonds and really penetrates the hair. So it's always good to use one with the other, or you can use them separately if you like. Now let's talk about styling products. You definitely need products to help you style your hair. So here are some hair-friendly suggestions for gels, jellies, whipped creams, and puddings. And I know some of y'all like heat, like to experiment with heat, and you may be thinking about straightening your hair for the first time, or you don't straighten your hair often. I stay away from heat now. I've learned my lesson. So if you're straightening your hair or thinking about straightening your hair, here are a few suggestions for some quality heat protectants. And I know a lot of people like to set their hair in flexi rods, rollers, hard rollers, and things like that, and you really need a good lotion or foam. So here are some suggestions for that. So I hope this definitely helped y'all. I listed so many products, and like I said, I'm going to include some more in the description box. If they're not there already, they will be. It just takes some time accumulating them, and I also included the link so you can go directly to where you can purchase it from on Amazon. So definitely suggest this to a friend who's confused about products or having issues with their hair and getting their hair to grow. This can definitely help them. And check out my necklace. It's a Nefertiti on this crystal. I got it from nirvanawild.com. It's so dope. I love this so much. Make sure you check them out. They have a lot of cool jewelry like this, and I'll make sure I put their information in the description box as well. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace, love, and light.